Welcome back. We've had a moment to calm down, chill, see what's what, think about some things. But let's get into it. Mariella, you wanted to do something.
Oh, yes.
What did you want to do?
I kind of, if possible, would like to talk to Lord Dolver, if he is around,
Sure.
and I don't want to aggressively go seek him out, but if there's a chance for a
Do you want to
conversation,
try and get him alone, or you'll see him at dinner? He'll eat dinner.
preferably. Because
Preferably
I
alone.
will. It's I will let you know now. It's she's not really gonna bash her grandparents, but it's she's basically gonna say I have acquired very structured information from my grandparents, and it's I'm looking to broaden my knowledge on some things.
Mm-hmm.
So in that kind of view, that's maybe not dinner conversation.
Sure. Okay. Absolutely. So, you know where his study is? It's pointed out to you. It's not in this. And you can find him. He's in there. There's a lot of scales in here and books, and the desk is quite used. While your father's desk is used for some things he does, it is nowhere near as Harold.
This is more on Thorsten level of using a desk than
you would say, possibly even.
Teacher has a desk for show. Older desk.
It's a power play
stuff
piece
on
of
it.
furniture.
Good lord, he does have sign things at it, but it's not added a ton. Unlike Dolver looks like he lives here, and he's just scrawling things down.
Yeah, I'll probably rap on the door.
He looks up, and he's surprised to look at you. He goes, "Are you lost, my lady?"
No, I was wondering if I'm not bothering you, if possibly I could ask you a few questions.
Roll a charm check.
Please still be open. There we go. Charm, persuasion. Thank God. Anyone's? No one's. 13.
13. He goes, I have a moment. And he kind of gestures to the seat in front of him, and then he goes back to scrawling something.
Thank you. I kind of walk up and kind of sit. I was wondering if possibly...
As you begin to talk, he puts a finger up. He's and he keeps going, and then he dots it. He gets some dust of some kind, sprawls it over, and goes, and then he closes the book, and then he looks at you and gestures.
I'm sure it won't be much of a surprise, but most of my knowledge of the Westerlands has been limited by what I've learned from my grandparents, and they've been very influenced.
Which grandparents are those?
My mother's parents, and they've been very influenced by the Seven. And I was hoping...
The Adderfells, yes?
Yes.
Yes, good minds the Adderfells have. Good minds.
With most of what I've learned from the Westerlands, it's been very heavily influenced by their practices within the religion of the Seven. And I was hoping to maybe get either another opinion. Of course, if you're busy, I could possibly speak with your maester, but I do believe...
Make another charm roll.
That's fine. Charm.
Ooh.
20.
He's another atheist. Excellent.
Yep. There's a 1 in there in case you want
I can reroll a 1.
Once you roll that d6.
Another 1. So it's fine. It'll still be a 20.
So that's still 2 degrees of success. This one was 15 because a moment to say something, to talk about stuff. But he seems intrigued. He goes, you wish opinion uncolored by the stained glass of 7.
Yes, from what I've learned from my parents, it's wiser to get information from as many sources as possible, rather than blinding yourself to a singular viewpoint.
Yeah, your mother seems rather... everything I've heard about her seems apt. Your father doesn't say much. There's a wisdom in that, I think. Some men are too eager to talk.
I would say your judgment is very apt.
He smiles. It's unbecoming of his face.
That's fine.
It's like, all right. It's a smile like a murderer has.
Psycho
right.
smile, yes, got it.
He's trying.
He's really trying, guys.
He is.
Fine.
But it's just like, ha!
Oh God, it's there.
Yeah.
He's trying. Just leave him alone.
And he's just
He's
like,
doing his best.
he goes, very well. What exactly do you wish to know?
Well, as I had mentioned, most of my interactions with what's around the Westerlands is very limited to what primarily borders the Reach. And although my uncle has been very diligent in teaching, I'm not quite sure whether or not the books that he has as reference is necessarily up to date in regards to what's going on in the world outside of the Reach, which I have mostly been confined to.
Well, there's a lot more going on. Tournaments and balls,
I would seriously hope so, for the world does not revolve around them.
He kind of looks at you as you say that. He goes, Well, business is what happened. From what I understand, what business means in the Reach is a bunch of people making agreements on Arbor Reds. The Maesters reminding them several months later that money on and new ship have arrived.
Well,
it's a little different here in the Westlands. We must have many documented accounts where what happens when you don't know where your money is, you anything.
Well, I believe my mother has helped bring some of those sentiments at least to our household. I can't necessarily speak for the Reach as a whole.
Good, yeah, she definitely seems to be one of her family that has sense. And then I do mean the Adderfells. Like too willing to part with their and that I mean their mind, not their money.
Well, I was wondering if it'd be possible, at least possibly helping me understand better what generally goes on within this portion of the Western. I understand that your time would be limited with business and other things, and I wouldn't want to take it.
No, I think it's time. It's good that some people, especially a lady of your caliber, I think it's noble that you wish to learn how to run things properly rather than just be a set dressing. I do like people who wish to make themselves better. Yes, I suppose we could talk a bit. Well, mining is what mostly goes on in these. The information, you don't think he's directly talking about his, but he is talking about the region and like certain mining contracts and he says many things have to go through fair market as they're the main shippers. Unfortunately, since the mayor of fair market is a bastard-born piece of shit. Now he doesn't say piece of shit. He says something coarse, but not a direct slur.
Okay.
Or cuss. However, and the problem is he doesn't care about your shipment. He cares about how much, just how the world works, and he does actually kind of give you. But it's weirdly enough, he seems to actually be trying to make it so you completely understand.
Okay, yeah.
He's making lines. He's doing that teacher thing of, you have 3 horses.
He's pulling a Thorsten on me. I got
a little
this.
bit, yeah. He's a lot more kind of he has a lot of interesting turn of phrases he says.
Analogies.
He has a lot of fun metaphors. And he seems fairly willing to just speak to you at length about this. He welcomes questions you have, and at one point asks if if you need some food or drink, or need some water or anything.
I would probably defer food, but I would probably take a drink, especially if
He said he was going to get him if you were in.
Yeah, it's like it's like if it wouldn't inconvenience taking up his time, kind of.
Yeah, no, he has grapes brought in and some fresh drinking water. It seems like he's drinking water too.
That's fine.
Yeah. So you seem to you have engaged conversation about Westerland's economics.
Lovely. I figure I may actually need that down the road. That'd be lovely. So it's like fair market is technically in Riverlands.
Yeah.
I would probably try to see if I could get conversation in regards to cities such as fair market. How exactly does it and possibly the person that oversees the town, is there favoritism towards certain? It's like
he goes, better believe there are. Now, fair market is left independent. Technically, the Tullys don't run it, but they will give favoritism to certain people. The mayor and I don't exactly see eye to eye, but he likes my money, so we deal. Not like with some other houses.
I'm sure that is a fair annoyance in general, but I would not be surprised my father and such do not deal with similar things in other trading cities.
Oh, is that right? Oh.
Well, granted, the poppy is well received in many an area. However,
yeah, I would say it is.
However, there are some that are not quite pleased with how the poppy is needed everywhere as opposed to such
yes,
things.
well, demand and supply are ill bed brother, the bedfellow. I understand. Now, I've never had a problem of jealous of my house. And he kind of chuckles to himself, what with my poor tin and copper. But it happens. But from everything I know about your house, it sounds like they definitely, at least to some degree, have earned their lands. And you should take pride in that.
We do, and we definitely believe that we've done what we can to prove ourselves to our people.
I'm sure you have. Now, Mariella, is there any way you want to directly turn the conversation?
It's like, I really kind of want to see if, through the discussions of fair market and things like that, it's like, with trade and things of that nature, it's like are there any like examples of like issues of like one region to another, like possibly feel out if he will
Okay.
like vaguely reference the Tullisons.
All right. I think we should engage in a small intrigue. Because Harold doesn't want to talk about that.
I understand that.
But
completely.
you want to. So let's do this. Now, you tell me if I'm... But it really sounds to me, you're using charm here. You
I
are
would
using the
love
fact
to
that
use charm.
he is kind of, obviously from you in, kind of a lonely guy. And you're engaging him about a topic he wants to talk about, right?
Yes.
So, and are saying, I want to learn from kind of thing. So that sounds like charm.
Yes.
And it sounds like persuasion, like you're not necessarily lying about it. Your goal is to get him to talk about something.
It's like
But
if he doesn't end up
everything
talking
you're
about
saying
it, it's
to
not
him,
the
you're
end of the world.
isn't a lie.
It's like I would love it if that would come about, but it's not the end of
Yeah.
the world. It's like I don't really want to like
Push your luck.
like I don't
Yeah.
want to walk on like landmines.
Absolutely. So let's get the house Delver up here.
This is so terrifying going it alone. Oh my god.
Alone, yeah. What do you do? Alright, 1 sec, sorry.
Things. We do things for an intrigue.
Things, eh?
We do things.
What kind of thing was that?
So generally, if what I'm understanding is correct, the objective is information of what
Sounds like
this
it.
is? Okay.
Yeah. As long as you don't bargain with him.
No.
Yeah, no, this
No bargain. I got nothing on that.
you're correct. This is definitely not,
Not a bargain.
So let's see who goes first real quick. So that's a status test.
Okay. Let me roll a thing. Just straight status, or
He
do I
rolled-
also
straight
do
status.
reputation with it?
Reputation would come with this if you had it.
Ooh.
Well, you're going first.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
what
might
is
not
your
be good.
disposition to Lord Harold right now?
Wow.
Yeah, I would say like amiable.
Yeah, right. He's engaging you. He's talking with you.
Yeah.
That sounds about right to me. And with your already great charm rolls, you have actually worked him up to something that isn't negative.
Yes.
I can tell you what.
I don't care. It's not
But
negative.
he is a curmudgeon. So.
It's fine.
All right. So you have first volley.
Alrighty.
So it sounds like your tool. Would you want to just try and straight, be charming, kind of doing that?
Yeah, it's like I am planning on being charming. Yeah, because I don't think anything other than influence would really make sense.
Sure.
Because it's like I'm by myself. Assisting would be silly.
Yep.
And I feel like if I'm initiating consider kind of doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, no, it's like yeah, it's like we're gonna go charm into this. Do you just want me to roll to see how it goes first, or would you?
Yeah. So yeah. So we're just going to start with.
You get.
So let's get that charm roll. If you're just influencing,
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. 16.
And I get a reroll two of the dice.
You do.
Fuck him up.
Well, the 5 definitely replaces that 2. You actually have a 19, which actually, because you'll actually get a +1 as well, so that's a 20. Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
All right. That is 2 degrees of success. And your persuasion is 4, is it not?
Yes, I believe
Yes.
so. Let me double check.
Phenomenal.
Yes,
Yeah, so
4.
that means you have dealt 8 influence to Harold
Sweet.
Delver. Of course, minus his,
His
his,
defense, yes.
his disposition towards you. But quite possibly an heavy blow. Quite possibly. Yeah, and so you just start saying like, oh, well, I'm sure there's many that kind of block the way in fair market. How do you get around some of those? What's an example you've kind of found is maybe perhaps you kind of engage in?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think he's a little like, And you see him getting like maybe a bit upset. And he's just like, You see him kind of like, and he kind of just doesn't say anything as he withdraws. So he's going to withdraw. So that means he's got to make a will test. Well, that didn't help him much.
No.
So that would replace his intrigue defense, but that is his intrigue defense. so hasn't really helped him much. But he kind of just stops talking a little bit. And he kind of doesn't stare at you or anything, but he is like, your go.
I think I would probably I really want to know.
How bad do you want to know?
I know, that's the thing. I think Mariella would, oh man, because it's like she would want to be sympathetic in some ways because she knows he's a lonely old man with only like this maester like shadow with him at this point. But like I think she would kind of maybe use the influence and be like, well, would there be another possible scenario that could help demonstrate how that could like kind of giving him like a slight leeway where it's like she kind of sees that he's uncomfortable and like trying to accommodate, but it's like still it's like maybe
Still, like, pushy a bit. Yeah.
It's like not being like super pushy, but like maybe he feels uncomfortable for like shying away in front of like this 15-year-old child from a topic of conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So charm again.
Yeah.
And I get a reroll 1.
You do.
which is just a 1. It's fine.
Just a 1.
So many-
Still 2 degrees of success. So that's still another 8 on there. Yeah, and you kind of break through him a little bit. And I think I feel what you're alluding to. And then there's nothing wrong with being curious. I'm sure there are rumors. But this, I don't think there's any reason, for that to really concern you. Your market will, most of yours goes through Ashford and quite a few other. I think you need on that. And he's going to try and influence, and he's going to use his convince.
I do believe you have a negative dice.
Oh, right. What's your thing?
I believe it's dutiful.
Dutiful. So what does it say?
Hold on, let me bring that up for you. Dutiful. Your opponents take 1 negative die on all persuasion checks made to influence you using convince, intimidate, or seduce.
There we go. He's got -1. That definitely hurts him. All right. 22.
Yeah, that hits me.
Yeah. So what is your
My intrigue defense is 11.
All right. So I believe that's 3 degrees of success, which would mean he has dealt 15 influence upon you. Minus, of course, your amiable 12. Would that take you out?
I think that would take me out, but it's like
Do you want to take a point of frustration to make?
I think I'm okay with it, where it's like understandable. It's like I don't think I'd really push the button. I think if I push too hard, it would kind of ruin whatever.
I mean,
kind
there's
of
nothing wrong with just taking a point. Because your composure is 12, right?
Yeah, my composure's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, my will is strong.
Yeah. So if you took 1 point of frustration, that would go down to 9. More round. He seems like you're getting close.
Yeah, I'll suck it up for one round. So
Alright.
we'll make
So you're
that
like-
a 9.
Because you're still, well, as elegant and good as you are.
I'm not my
right,
mama.
so-
I know I'm not my mama. I'm not Claryssa.
Yeah, but you are like, I just want you to say it. Come on, to say it. And you're like in your head, like, you feel you're so close. And before your turn starts, if you take that point of frustration, you're like, and then you kind of like are about to say something else. Entering, you see Maester Falston.
Oh,
And he immediately like walks to his lord's side and goes, "My lord." And he goes, Falston, young Lady Marielle and I, small discussion of economics. And as Falston rolls himself into
damn it! That resets everything.
don't worry, it doesn't reset everything because this is a small. But it does give you basically 2 back,
Awesome.
just because this is a small one. 2 composure back, as it does him. He's just like, yes, that's awesome. And he then kind of.
So my composure's at 11 then. Because
Yes.
it knocked me down to 9, I get 2 back.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
Not what I wanted to happen. There we go.
Cool. What's your passive deception?
12.
Oh, fuck, really?
Yeah. Hold on though. I have a thing. I have a thing depending on
You
what
have
you're
a
doing.
thing?
I have a thing.
Excuse me.
Have you a thing?
I have me a thing. It's from Courteous.
Oh, tell me about it.
Okay. In addition, when an opponent targets you with retarget action, increase your passive deception result by a number equal to your cunning ranks.
Ooh, what's your cunning rank?
I believe it is 3.
Dang. All right, so your passive is
Yeah, cunning is 3, so it
Mhm.
bumps me up to 15.
men's to 15. Phenomenal. Yeah. So he's gonna try to read you.
Yes!
Oh, 1.
Yes!
And so he's just like, and then he like goes, oh, interesting. And he kind of like looks at him like, it is back to you, Mariella.
Oh man, that was so close. Oh man, that was a double.
Because it would
6 on
be
his
real
roll.
bad
It's like,
if he figured out what you were doing.
I know.
But he didn't.
I know.
Good thing you got courteous.
I know. Like,
And he got 2 6s.
I know. I saw it. It was
All
very...
Harold's on the edge.
Yeah.
What
No.
do you do?
Oh crap! I'm trying to figure out a way to word it now that Faustin's in the room.
Yep.
I think Mariella would probably, it's like considering his comments before, take that into account, and I would say not. I don't think she would quit. I think she would definitely
Push.
Yeah, I think she would push, but I think she would say that it's like it's not meant with ill intent and like reference back. It's like she's just trying to learn every. It's like what she said before, like get every point of view from what's going on. It's like basically alluding to, it's like I can't trust rumors. It's like considering the ones that have been told of my own house. It's like I can't put weight into them.
All right, so get that charm up.
Scroll down.
What you got? What you got?
Hold on, there's a 1.
There is. Oh,
A 20.
That replaces that 2, so that's a 19. So that's a total of 20. Yeah, plus with the +1. Yeah. Well, that's 2 degrees of success, and
It's an 8.
when Falston walked in, his disposition.
Sorry, I can't.
That, even with that, he has 0 composure. Mariella, you have won against Harold Dulver, despite Falston's interference. Yeah. So he goes, yes, I mean, she should learn, you know? I mean, it's hard to do business when a man openly speaks ill of you, stating he wouldn't even know what to do with his lands, and like basically completely and utterly defacing your honor, your morality, your competence in public, especially when when a man hears threats of war and merely boasts as if it's doesn't even respond to a threat of war. Like, basically, my lady, do not be as the Tullisons, as I'm sure you know I am alluding. They have behaved like the truly low base-born people they came from. It seems even raising to mobility has not changed their demeanor. It is important to know that there are other people in the world besides, and that everyone should be treated with some form of respect, even if they are not quite deserving of it. And if you don't, things fall apart. Now, if you excuse me, I do need to do some things. However, I did enjoy our chat. Do excuse me, my lady. And he stands up.
Yeah, I will stand up, kind of nod to.
Does the thing
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah, I kind of nod to both of them. It's like, thank you so much for taking your precious time and sharing it with me. I'm sorry if the conversation
Gladly.
became uncomfortable.
He shakes his head. He goes, no, I apologize at my raising of my voice. It's just a sore subject. However, you're a very clever girl. And I think you will do quite fine. And he gestures you out.
I kind of
cool.
nod
So,
again. And
permanently, the disposition Harold Dulver has for Mariella has increased one. Because of your beating him with charm. He thinks quite highly of you now. Which means he thinks he registers that you exist.
awesome. If I ever need copper or tin, I'm coming back.
He might even give you a smallish
Not
discount.
likely. It's business. It's business.
Adorable.
That does not apply.
What's a discount?
He won't charge you shipping because you have to come pick it up.
Maybe depending on what's going on, downstairs in the deep cellar, maybe then I can get away with things. Him and his rightful mind crap.
Perhaps.
No.
However, yeah. So you found out that apparently, according to Harold
No
Dulver,
ravens, anything, no communication.
no, that the Tullisons have basically openly mocked House Dulver and Harold specifically.
Okay.
And that they haven't responded to his dissent of demanding to fault, basically he's heard that they've said a bunch of shit to him. He said that he basically sent word what the fuck, and they sent nothing back. And so he's oh, okay. And then openly stated that apparently if they want to take Lord Harold's stuff, it's not he even competent of looking at him. Oh shit. And they haven't yet to respond.
Okay. So it sounds like they have received absolutely no communication from the Tullisons.
Nope.
Period.
Not once. From
Okay.
what you understand, no.
Awesome. I am gonna immediately seek out my mother.
Yep. You find your mother in the gulf with her fam.
I just had a conversation with Lord Dulver.
Oh.
There might be a few issues. Proceed to kind of look around, see if there's anybody around. I'm assuming there really isn't.
Right now, no.
No.
So began with general, please enlighten me in regards to this territory of the Westerlands. We began to speak of fair market, and that led it towards a conversation regarding the Tullisons. Supposedly, he has been openly mocked by the Tullisons or somebody claiming to speak for them. And when he reached out towards the Tullisons, has received no form of communication in return.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I totally forgot. There's another thing he was said. According to them, the Tullisons have him at fair market.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
that at fair market. So
Yeah.
that's a bit of an issue considering how we know Lord Dover.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what is going on. Falston, however, did come in to sit in on the conversation towards the end and seem to be trying to read my motivations for I don't know if he did. It didn't seem like it. But seemed to generally be weary of me when Lord Dover said that we were having a discussion regarding economics.
All right. From what I know of the Tullisons, from both of what Claryssa might have told me and Lady Chat, that doesn't sound like the current Lord Tullison at all, right?
You don't really know him that. According to Arlen, he's like he was a good kid when he knew. Men are wont to boast. But I think from the few snippets you've heard about anyone told you, you have heard done 17.
Okay.
So, and you know Henrik. But you also know Henrik wouldn't necessarily say that shit in public.
Yeah.
And what you have heard about Dunstan is everyone like. That generally means you're not an ass. So, yeah, a bit. You wouldn't know enough.
Right.
That's completely out of character. But you would know enough to know is suspicious.
Suspicious. Also, the not responding to his messages, even if you dislike one another.
It's just a generational gap. A lot of kids don't respond.
Yeah.
What?
At me.
Oh god.
Even if you have poor distaste for someone, you tell them so in a letter.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, that's like super fucking rude.
Okay.
And cowardly.
On a slightly more positive note, he did seem to be at least impressed in remembrance of you and how you've held yourself.
Oh. I believe that's the highest praise I think any woman aside from his wife has ever received. So.
Accurate.
Well,
do we have any idea when Claryssa might be rejoining us?
I have no idea.
She's supposed to arrive today.
So hopefully she comes and we can get some more clarification on the matter. I am very proud of you.
I figured I'd try.
Well, you are showing more of yourself every day.
Fantastic. So, 2 days later, Claryssa hasn't shown up.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I would say, in general, if she does not show up, the following day, I would probably want to, hey, could we, send out maybe a couple people to look for her? That'd be great!
Yeah, so, if you want, you probably don't want to send all your guards away.
True.
However, you could send, I don't know, Nymora and Henrik?
Yeah, immediately.
Please.
Perhaps Nymora and Henrik.
It's so bored.
Yes, give the combat crew something. Aaron, I still see
Nymora,
your...
Henrik, you
your
have been told
picture.
Clarissa's 2 days late. And Nymora, you're immediately like, Clarissa's never late to anything.
Yeah, Nymora was worried the night that Claryssa didn't arrive.
That's when I would be like, is there a chance we could the day after? It's
Delays
if she
on
was
the road
supposed
happen,
to arrive
so
that
generally,
day.
It's been about 2 days. The road. You don't need to panic. And then the day after that, it's like, okay, panic time. Now we panic.
Now it's panic time.
So,
But yeah.
Nymora, Henrik, you suit up, get on your horses, and ride down the road you're supposed to come through. Absolutely.
So, what are the possibilities? What are the things that could have happened? Henrik, tell me all of the terrible things that could have happened along the road.
Right. Worst case scenario, definitely could have been robbed, probably beaten, lying in a ditch somewhere.
Cats.
She could have fallen off her horse, and but she knows how to ride, so that's probably not the worst thing that could happen. She could have gotten kidnapped, ransomed.
It's just a persistent voice in the background.
What is going on? Yeah. Just
Shut
listing everything off. Dead, beaten, starving. I don't want to go into half the other stuff I can think of. Because, I just hope she's okay.
All right, and while Henrik is talking to me, can I just... Is there a survival check that I can make to try and just,
Yeah.
track? Yeah.
Why don't right now you make a survival?
Okay. It's just straight for me. 8.
So you stick to the road mostly. It's very dangerous to get off the road. It's not like fields to wander off often. It's very difficult to even get off the road. It's all too rocky and inclined. But just not even 3 hours riding out, not even, you see Claryssa's horse.
Is it dead?
It's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That was what, option number
Right.
52 that I went over?
It has a crossbow bolt through its leg.
Shit.
It looks like it possibly just bled out here.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's got a crossbow bolt right through its leg.
All right.
Well, she was coming this way. I don't know how long ago she left her horse, and it would have been just to stop the horse and not her.
Yeah, there's nothing on the horse.
Yeah. It's
Just the saddle. That's it. None of the bags. Nothing.
Is there a
Shut up.
general oh, sorry, go ahead, Henrik.
No, go ahead. I was thinking out loud. Go ahead.
Is there a general are there hoof prints in the ground from the general
Why
direction?
don't you give me a survivor check?
Another one.
Another one.
Another one. Yeah.
We the best music.
House Weirlight. Woo!
Yes, you do. You find 2 sets of hoof prints that came up and then rode away from it. No footprints anywhere near the horse. You're fairly certain this horse was riderless when it was killed. You see no footprint, or she jumped midair onto another, which does not sound like Claryssa.
No, I would be very impressed if that was the talent that she was hiding.
That would be
from me.
cool, but I don't think. Yeah.
No, so she left the horse. She let the horse go.
Yeah.
And it was pursued.
I think so.
You
But
can
I'm wondering
follow-
how far back goes she.
You can follow the
Another-
hoof prints.
We
Yeah,
follow,
another rider.
let's follow the trails back.
Let's go.
Awesome. Claryssa, can you make me another survival roll?
This is gonna be.
However, this time
so
I need you to -1 die from it because you're exhausted.
How far astray has she gone?
starving and I'm lost in my own character sheet. Hold on.
I
There it
understand.
is.
I do that. With
Oh no. This is so bad, you guys.
Oh,
It's
okay.
1 dice.
Okay. Okay.
Claryssa, you've been wandering and you don't really know where you are. However, with your high awareness, you have started to notice that shadow cat's been following you for about a day now.
Cool.
Okay.
It might not be the same one. You're not sure. But there is a
It is
shadow
there.
cat.
It is
And it's been
Shadow Cat
following
season,
you.
so.
It's been keeping its distance. But you've had to sort of not really sleep much
Yeah.
And
Thank you
poor
for bringing one
Birch
home for
is
me.
like completely wired and just
my
like
baby.
really tired. But he's been one who's pushing you. Every time you like lay down, he like nudges you to make sure you keep going.
What a good doggo.
So sweet.
But it's been
Lots of-
following you for at least
He gets lots of treats when you get back.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so many belly rubs.
So much.
so you're really not sure how long you've got, or even really where that.
Yeah, when I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You've still got that long sword. But that torch went out hours ago, and you have no way or skill or knowledge on how to. Normally, when you lit a torch, there was a somewhere that just lit it.
Yes.
But you don't have flint or tinder. You don't have anything like that.
Right.
You just have this long sword, the dagger on your side, and some base stuff in your back, and the super important message that might stop a war.
Yeah. All good things.
All good
Slowly
things. All
dying
good
and
things.
starving to death. It's good.
Whatever makeup you had has been displaced on different parts of your body. Your hair completely down at this point. It left that bun a bit ago.
Yeah.
Clothes torn, edges of them frayed. But you don't even notice. All you know is you have to keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, your perfect boots were definitely not made for this kind of walking, and there are already holes.
Mm.
You will have to talk to your cobbler about that.
Yeah.
So, Nymora and Henrik,
Yes.
you track the horses and eventually find a place where they off the road.
Mm-hmm.
You ride, follow it for a while. You're out there for another about 2 hours, and you find, what looks like the scene of a massacre.
Some mangled corpses.
Whoa.
You
Henrik,
see,
move away.
no, you see large blood splatter in two locations. What looks like the remains of a brush fire and a severed human arm.
Oh, beautiful. Is it a woman's
Now, of course,
arm?
Nymora, that might be Claryssa's arm.
Yeah, is it a woman's arm?
Yeah, can we go down and look?
You gotta go up it and look at it.
Henrik, stay on your horse.
My God. Okay.
Keep an eye out.
All
We've
right.
seen plenty
All
of
right.
severed arms already.
I
It's not
want to
gonna
make
be
one
different.
check.
So, Henrik, why don't you make an awareness check, and Nymora
Not that check.
make a medicine check.
Is medicine just knowledge or
Nope,
heal?
it's medicine.
I don't have medicine.
Healing.
Oh, excuse me. Healing.
Thank you.
Awareness, nice.
7.
Okay, Nymora, this is a man's arm.
Yeah, I know what a man's arm. I know what a man's fingers look like. For
Yeah.
women's fingers.
That's a man's arm.
I've seen plenty of women's fingers.
Yeah. This has very nice fingers. It's just hers.
However, Henrik, you notice something. You notice drag marks over the brush because you're still on your horse. And you sort of like move forward, and you kind of come down, and you quickly get off your horse, and you notice, there are what looks like drag marks through the ground where something's like slender was dragged through. You definitely see some bloody drag marks to your left, or something pulled bodies off. You're not sure what's up about that. You see like a boot print, and what's more importantly, you see what is for sure like a dog print.
Or, Lady Vora, I think there's something here. Whatever attacked them, I don't think it was Clarissa. She's pretty tough, but I don't think she could do that. But she was here, pretty sure. See these prints, and I point out the ones that were like, I think this is from her and Birch. I think they were definitely here. And she's on foot. I don't know how far she could have gotten.
Why does everything look like it was on fire?
That's a good question. I think if we find her, we'll find out.
So can I extrapolate that this was some sort of large predator?
Get
Well,
that,
you,
right?
well, maybe.
Yeah.
You got a 7, so I'm gonna
Mhm.
say
Not
it
necessarily.
doesn't
a shadow.
look
Yeah.
like a sword did
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, like I don't
You're
think
not
Claryssa
sure
could do this.
what did this, but you don't think it was a sword. You could
Yeah.
not a large predator, just not a sword.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if it was a sword, someone just hacked that.
Mm.
Like this doesn't look like a clean
Yeah.
through cut. This looks like it was ripped.
Yes, these were bandits. They were absolutely insane. Come on, let's go.
All right, onward.
Follow the
All right,
trail.
did you want to maybe try to find like Chief Henrik can find where they are, but
Mhm.
if you want to roll to actually find a trail,
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
They
could
roll.
we do that?
survival. However, because Henrik helped, you get a +2.
Yay!
I,
Let's
Ah!
see.
Find her real good.
Yeah, I'm really worried now.
we're
Yeah.
running, we're going.
We find severed body
Okay.
parts and
Yeah, we're getting
everything
kinda-
on fire, and there may be some sort of insane axe wielding.
Yeah,
man
what is
out there
going
ripping
on?
people
Yeah,
apart
that's-
with his bare hands.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm getting increasingly
just
worried.
running through the worst,
That
the
is-
worst case
that is
scenario
in
as we're
fact-
running. I was like panicking.
That is in fact 3 degrees of success with the +2.
Ooh.
So you immediately find the trail, and there's a dog right next to these 2 prints that is sort of running not very well, and you're thinking this has got to be Birch and Claryssa,
Mhm.
but then you also found another trail following their trail, and you see what looks like a cat paw that is bigger than your head.
Ah, shit. Are there jaguars in the reach?
Not jaguars, or in the Westerlands, not jaguars. I've heard of shadow cats before. They're like jaguar, very big and very dangerous jaguars. So, and it's following her. So, yeah, yeah. Oh,
All right.
we should go. We should hurry.
Henrik, you have your bow?
Yep. Got bow.
Okay.
My bow. Got
Your
my
bow
sword.
handy.
Let's go. Oh god.
Okay.
I'm not good with the bow. I'll try. Oh.
Save the
Yeah,
tail.
you have whatever weapons you want. I mean, you're on your horse, so you can spear as well.
Yeah, I've got like my shit, but yeah, hopefully I don't have to use a bow with this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yennefer
All right,
is riding with her spear like out and ready.
Let's go.
All right, you ride,
Handed. Yeah.
Clarissa.
Yeah.
Make another survival check, please.
Oh,
Still with the
God.
You're not getting more lost,
Good.
Hey.
but you are not getting close.
Just gotta keep walking.
You're not
It's
getting
either
less
And
that-
unfortunately-
Just keep walking.
Unfortunately, though, because you didn't get a 6, you turn a corner and you see the kind of little ravine you're walking. You've hit a dead end. There is no more space to walk.
I think it's like just immediate tears,
Mhm.
and she just sits down and like puts her feet down, like resting up against something, and just kind of
Yeah.
like curls up and lays down.
Mhm.
She's been walking for so long, and she just stays there and waits for the cat.
Yep. After an hour of you laying there, you hear the and you see the cat sliding down the ravine. And it's slowly approaching. What do you want to do? You've got a sword.
you have a dog.
You got a dog.
And
You
you've
have
got
a dog.
You have a dog.
You have a brave dog.
Oh, I have to mute myself.
A little bit longer.
Clarissa will get you another
think
dog.
We're on our way. Just a little bit longer. You gotta hold out.
I think she basically just kind of loses her mind. Like she sits up and she looks at it and she starts talking to it, like yelling at it. Like
Give it to me.
I don't even understand. I've been walking for so long. You could have taken me at any point, but you waited until now when I was at my very, very lowest to kill me. Why does it have to be right now? And then she tries to like shoo Birch off, like to get him to run. And
Aw.
Animal handling with a -1 die. Birch does not leave. Like Birch stays by your side, and he like sees you shooing, and he just like hits your leg a little bit, like shut up.
All right, fine. I guess we are just gonna go down with less dignity than we started. And she'll use the sword to like jam it into the ground and stand up. And she like hops it over her shoulder. And she's like, all right, let's do it, baby. I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yep, I love it. All right, make an agility test with.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's about right.
Yeah.
How hard can we push these horses?
Yeah, we're going as fast as we can.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, 1 second.
I'm pushing Dune harder than I probably should.
Ooh. All right, here we go.
Yelling just the entire time.
Yeah.
Just,
As soon as we get close enough to hear it, we're just like, looking at, oh god.
yeah. Eat me.
All right, it.
Made
Does
it sound like
Birch
you're
always-
Agent K from Men in Black. Eat me!
Does Birch go on her turn?
As you're yelling at it, it kind of stops and stares at you. And then after you're done yelling, like, come on, and turning up, it just goes. And then begins to walk, like, to the side of you a little bit. And it seems like any shitty cat, it's taking its time.
Yeah. Are you actually fucking kidding me? I made peace with it. Just come. All right, fine. We'll do this. I'll stand in a circle. I'll bleed. I'll just sit here, and my feet will bleed, and you'll stay there, and we'll just do this until midnight, I guess. And then you'll decide it's dark enough to kill me with your stupid Shadowcat fucking whatever.
Big claws.
Yeah.
But it kind of just goes there, and it's just seemingly trying to. It's trying to freak you out.
It worked.
Yeah, you're thinking it might kind of want you to run.
Oh, I'm not going to.
Yeah, it can't really do anything. I think what you've said to me basically says I'm not even going to roll for it. You're just like, fucking, let's do this. So yeah. All right, cool. As it gets close, however, excuse me, sorry. Forgot to put that down, didn't I? I did.
No,
That's me. All right. There
Birch
you
might do
are, you
something.
lovely All right. Trained and then yeah. All right. You see Birch lawn.
Holy shit.
And let's see here. I just got to make sure I have this all. Oh, of
What
course
a
I
good boy.
don't. I'm an idiot. 1 second.
We'll see if he gets to keep that.
And then that, and then that. Yeah, cool. So he actually manages to hit him.
Oh,
What a good boy.
There's our good boy.
The cat. Yeah, and it and he snaps and he gets its shoulder, and the cat just like immediately shoves. Birch just hits the ground rolling, but pops up. Birch is exhausted, but you see foam. Birch is in this state of like it's
Fight
an
or
animal that knows. Yeah, it's fight or flight, and it's fighting. It feels it's going to die, so it's doing the same thing you're doing, essentially.
yeah.
But you see blood on the Shadowcat's. He got him.
Oh,
I will tell you, a Shadowcat's combat defense is really high.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit him ever. So good job, baby. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. After that happens, Claryssa, it is your turn. Do you just like, let's go? Come on. Are
Yeah.
you just waiting?
I'm
You're
waiting. Yeah.
Just waiting. All right, you wait. It is at this point that racing around the bend, Claryssa, you look to your right and you see Nymora with her spear out and Henrik with a weapon in hand, literally racing around the corner.
If there's not a gratitude kiss.
She's like, I'm hallucinating. I have to be hallucinating.
Nymora, Henrik, you see Claryssa and Birch. Birch looks injured. Claryssa looks half dead, just exhausted, her hair down. It's the most disheveled you've ever seen. She has a full longsword in her hand.
She's
And she
holding it
looks
completely
fucking
wrong.
crazy, holding it in the air as this shadow cat is staring them down. Also, Henrik, Nymora, this is the first time you've seen a shadow cat. It's fucking huge.
So Nymora's probably seen a leopard before. How does that compare to this?
This thing's head is at Clarysa's chest.
Beautiful.
So it's
Yeah.
like
Eye, baby.
so it's like bear-sized almost.
That's
Nearly,
fucking
yeah.
leopard. I'm
A lot
gonna take that
thinner
thing
and
off.
lankier than a bear, but just as tall.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
And
Oh,
even more terrifying.
Mhm.
'Cause it's
Yeah.
faster than a bear.
okay. Bears are fast.
I
Okay.
need you both to roll an agility test.
She's also
On it.
covered in blood. It should be noted.
Oh, yeah,
Not
she is for
sprayed
sure
or
covered in blood.
What is going on?
You're covered in blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the
15.
end.
Yes!
She looks like the end of.
I use my
Um,
quickness for this.
Yes, you do use your quickness for.
Okay.
Oh,
Henrik
Henrik,
gets the
it
first
is
shot.
your turn.
All right.
If you were on horseback, it is for sure within melee to close.
Just don't run over Birch. Or
You have a warhorse, Henrik. So let's go.
Yeah, I would like to see if I could stay on Onyx and
Sure.
not get the dog or Claryssa, very carefully try to, but still like in in a heat of the moment, just like very like quickly go and see if I can like swipe down. I guess not very far
Yeah,
because it's so
what
big.
weapon do you want to use?
I want to use my longsword.
Longer? Fantastic. Yeah, you edge on Onyx, who charges, feeling that thrill of battle. And yeah, Claryssa, Henrik is just coming in, and you're like, I am hallucinating.
Yeah, this is it.
Insane.
I'm already dead.
Henrik,
I'm just gonna.
you have your sword in hand. You flick down. Make your.
Okay.
What you want to do exactly?
Cool. If it's like, is it like about to pounce on her?
Looks like it. Yeah.
She wants to kill it with fire.
If it's like, I'm imagining it like with its paws out and like, claws extended and shit. I would like to see if I could, I know I'm probably not going to do this, but see if I can like chop off a claw or something if I can, or just like damage enough to like, it's,
Looking to hurt it. Got it.
yeah, like get it down.
So you hit it.
Yeah.
You swipe its paw, and it backs a bit away from you, but looks you dead in the eye. You for
And if
sure hurt it. It actually looks.
Yeah.
It's not. Its paw has gone limp actually, and it's now hurting it. You kind of skid your horse to a stop. I'm actually going to need you to make a ride check.
Okay. Like if I
More
could,
compatible.
yeah, because like I was wanting to try to like get myself my horse like in front of Claryssa, so like
Yeah.
I'm like blocking her from
Yeah, you can
getting
have that
attacked by this shit.
because attacking is a minor, so you have another minor and do that.
That's
So yeah,
animal handling. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So you have if you have any ride this
Two.
week,
I've got two.
That's awesome.
Fingers crossed. That's
Oh,
not as great.
yeah. That's 2
That's
degrees
great.
of success. So
Okay.
like a storybook hero, you run in, you fucking pull back, you slice, damaging the creature's paw, it backs up, and then you pull your horse kind of like kicking and rearing, and then land. And Claryssa, Henrik just like slides his horse basically directly in front of you, and it heavily injures his from its sword.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
get to Nymora. We're fine.
Nymora.
What's here?
Nymora.
Run for her. Come on.
Nymora, it's your turn.
It
It's
is.
now backed up from Henrik. Its side looks very vulnerable.
Yeah. So what I want to try and do is I want to try and ride Dune to a position where like Dune is close enough to Claryssa that she can get up onto the horse.
Mhm.
And I want to get down and attack it. Like I want to jump off the horse.
100%
Yes.
can do that.
Okay. So-
However, I'm going to need a ride check from you just to
Sure.
see how well you do that. How much effort?
12.
Great. Yeah. So you ride it. You basically
Perfectly
ride up. You leap, roll. Dune is almost 5 feet from Claryssa, and you roll up on this thing, ready to strike.
Yeah. Get on the horse, get away. We'll take care of it. And I am going to stab this thing twice if that's not considered a lesser
You
action.
do, because of your spear fighting ability, you can do.
Beautiful. So that is going to be 26.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
over
Guys,
here.
a cool thing just happened.
Oh.
Nymora,
Oh.
you crit. When
Oh,
you
good, I
got
double
sixes.
the combat defense of his combat defense is 13.
The first!
You crit by the degree of how many, of which you have 2.
So
Which is pretty dang cool.
Nice.
Yay!
my athletics is spear fighting is your athletics. So it's my athletics is 4.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
Mhm. So that is, well, first off, that is 1, 2, 3 degrees of success. And then let's just look at that good old crit there. Okay, I mean, it actually doesn't matter. So,
no.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, you can just basically increase the damage. So yeah, because it's that amount of damage. Yeah. Yeah, that's 12 more damage on it. You basically leap off Doom, save, you roll, run up, and you just scream as you drive like your spear at it. It turns and but you just impale it through the chest, through its heart, out through its back, and it goes, and you still holding there, scream and fling it onto the ground. The spear erupts from your hand as it rolls, but as it rolls up, and it just kind of looks. The Shadowcat like looks dead at you, Nymora,
Mhm.
and then the light leaves its eyes.
Sivir Garrick.
Oh.
Claire, are you all right?
Go to
Claryssa,
Clarissa.
She's just like she can't get up on it, but
Yeah,
she
you
has
can't.
not looked back. She's just trying to get up on the horse. And like,
you can't do it. It's too
Yep. yep. And clicking
Nymora
at
looked
first
over her
behind
shoulder
her
and
to
the
get her
horse
to
is
come.
gone.
Yeah.
Like very carefully and like put my hand on her shoulder, like so it doesn't like freak out. Like Hannah's like it's okay, like you're safe now, it's okay.
You see it's Henrik.
Yeah.
And as you see it's Henrik, you take him and you see Nymora's spear sitting in the dead body of the shadow. And you're alive.
Yeah. I'm just gonna run over to Claryssa and with Henrik and just like just grab hold of like either side of her face and just like, are you all right? Are you hurt? Did the thing get you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. And she just throws her arms around you and buries her head in your neck and just stays there, and she doesn't let go the whole time. Like, will not for anything.
Oh, fucking 7.
Oh,
Didn't show up on the first day.
Yeah.
There were bandits and the guards. I got a sword, but it wasn't very effective, as you can probably understand. And Birch, oh my God, Birch! And she like clicks him over to her. And
But Birch, you see, is next to Henrik.
oh,
Face and licking him.
Yeah. I'm getting out like whatever food or like rations I have because I'm guessing they haven't eaten anything and like trying to feed him too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he fucking like completely forgets what's going on and just starts eating.
Can we see Thorsten? Maybe. I don't know how far away I am. Where?
We're not too far, and yes, we'll get you both home.
A couple of hours. Come on, let's get you up on the horse.
Oh yeah. Do either of you want to take a soup?
Souvenir
I
for Eric.
Can
wanna
we take
take
the whole fucking shadow cat?
He's not
Yeah,
fitting
you
on that
know.
horse.
I want to
Okay.
definitely want to take a claw. I think if I can just sort of carve one out, or maybe a
Oh, yeah.
tooth even would be okay. Yeah,
A tooth would be easier.
Yeah.
I'll take a tooth.
It's got big fangs.
Yeah, one for Derek. Yeah,
pry a tooth out.
yeah.
It has 2 fangs. If you guys both
Do it.
No, I want to cut off a paw. Like I want to
cut off a paw.
Yeah, I want to skin
It's
this arm
so
and make a glove
big.
out of it for Claryssa.
I lend Nymora my sword and be like, yeah, go ahead, have at it. Yeah, so just hack at it.
Yeah, you
Excellent.
hack the paw off easily.
That was an absolute hell of a hit. By the way, Henrik, that was
That
really
was like
good.
that thrust with your spear. That was incredible. That just killed us straight away. Oh, God.
Nymora and Henrik, you notice blood in what's his name? Birch's
Birch?
mouth.
Mhm.
And on his teeth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And Nymora, you notice there is a wound on its shoulder that neither you nor gave it.
He did it.
Birch
Did
is
your dog?
Yeah.
best boy.
What a good boy!
Yeah, just like,
He accepts all
Yeah.
of
Belly
the
stretches. It's just
All of
best.
the
I love
stretches.
it.
He immediately flops on the ground like
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what a
Worth
good
it.
boy.
Yes, praise.
Yes.
God.
I am the best dog.
The best dog.
While you-
Yes.
While you guys are like harvesting, I'm sure Clary has just been like on the ground on the rocks.
Probably crying.
Yeah, she hasn't stopped walking in hours, days really. But
Yeah.
yeah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
Take our souvenirs. We get Claryssa up onto the horse.
Yeah, you can get Claryssa up on Dune. Maybe put if you want. You can
Birch,
put
does Birch
up on
need to
the
be
Onyx.
going by, or like
Maybe.
Yeah, he's pretty exhausted. I'll just lay him over.
Onyx is big enough to have.
Yeah,
Birch.
yeah, I think so. That's
Have
like,
you ever seen a dog ride a horse?
I think it's the first time.
Talented.
He's not super happy about it, but he's very tired.
Yeah,
If you scratch him behind the ears, I'm sure it helps make it better.
yeah, for sure.
Right.
Just reach back every once in a while. It's like, good boy, you did a good
Yeah.
job.
So you begin to ride back. Thorsten, Mariella, Vivienne, you've been a little worried. They've been gone a little while. You're not sure how far they're going. You're hoping it's just a normal delay.
I am trying to keep my mother calm under all circumstances.
It is Claryssa after all, yeah. And as like night fully descends and they close the gates always close, but it's nighttime. You have dinner. You finish dinner.
Sorry to freaking.
It's time for
Bed.
some parlor sitting time.
Nice brandy. Gosh.
Yeah. Thorsten is trying to calm your nerves. Vivienne, Mariella, everyone's a little worried that something has gone wrong. You begin to fully kind of get into bed, kind of breathing in and out.
I can't. I'm pacing. I can't.
Mhm. Yeah. Thorsten's just like sitting on the bed, nodding,
Yeah.
looking at you.
I'm
Tedric.
Not
trying-
Thorsten. Tedric. Not Thorsten. You're not there. You're not in the bedroom.
Close, but not that close.
I'm
I was
close.
gonna say, I was like, I don't want to.
Tedric's just like nodding at you. Like, don't they're strong. They'll find her. Claryssa's smart. Just things like that. And then suddenly there's some activity somewhere in the cabin. something's going on, and suddenly there's a knock, and you hear your maid. You hear like, my lady.
Throw it open. Jennifer.
Like they've returned.
Oh, 7.
Like
And I
like we've already fetched. I don't think it's good. There was blood.
I run. I go.
Okay, yeah, you.
Someone go wake up Thorsten.
Thorsten's been awake.
I haven't slept.
Okay.
Yeah. Mariella, you hear the activity. No.
No one gets it.
However, you're right before you're about to go notice, and she's like, "I think they're back. Come on."
Yeah, I go down. It's like,
And she, kind of goes back. We get to Thorsten. Thorsten, you are Claryssa. You are trying to get Claryssa to you're trying to get Namora and them to get Claryssa to a room, basically, to look at you.
Yes.
Clarissa, how are you reacting?
Not well, I'd imagine. I think she's definitely you're trying to talk to her and her eyes are just totally passing you by and down to the floor and just slowly, and not. She's just totally
exhausted.
empty at this point.
I just kind of ignore what she's saying and I start getting her brought to the room. Not even paying attention to what she's saying or doing.
All right.
Just immediately do that.
Yeah. You notice you thought Claryssa could talk a little bit to you, Naimora, but and she wasn't responding to you, and it, I'm guessing, freaked you out.
Thorsten, how far do you need her to go?
Just somewhere private so I can look at her.
I pick her up.
All right.
Carry her.
Yep. You place her in probably Thorsten your because you're like,
Yeah.
yep, sure, why not?
Yeah.
You put her down in the bed, and you immediately, probably immediately turn to everyone and get the fuck out.
Pretty much.
Goodbye.
Vivian, you are brought everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Naimora is there. She looks tired. You see your boy, Henrik. He looks sweating a little bit.
Feeling good.
where's Birch?
I assume if he's not in
No, where's
Thorsten's
Birch?
room, he's fine.
Birch is in the room.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I won't be able to get Birch to leave. He's not leaving.
I carried Birch and Namora carried Claryssa. It's just how it worked.
Oh.
So Vivian, you run up to Naimora and Henrik.
What happened? Where is she?
The first thing that you should know is that you should be very proud of your boy.
Oh, I'm always proud of him.
But
More so than
Nora,
usual.
sorry. Nudge Nora. I'm not stop. This is not helping. Anyway, Claryssa's fine, and safe for now, but I think she's had a rough time. She was traveling on the road, and there were bandits, and she had to sort of make a run for it, I think, and she was alone, only with Birch for a couple of days, and Shadowcat was following her for a long time. Yeah. I give him this. Yeah. So I just go there completely normal. It's Shadowcat, she tried to kill it. Birch was there, got the first shot in, I swooped in, and then they wore it. Killed it.
So you now just heard your son fought a Shadowcat.
Yeah.
Namora did the final blow. That was incredible. Again, amazing.
I immediately I feel like my instinct is to check every inch of his body, but
Yeah.
if he's not in the if he's not in the room, Thorsten would probably give him the okay, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mama, I'm fine. I didn't get hurt. I'm just glad Claryssa's okay.
Like I said, you should be really proud of your boy.
I am well, a Shadowcat, you say.
He dealt it an almost mortal blow. He almost took its paw off.
But that last blow, all my more here. Really good work with the spear. Really gotta work more on that.
Clarissa is she alright?
She's not that well. She went a couple days without food and water. I think she was
also
just
don't know
walking.
if
She might be
injured
just exhausted.
yet.
Yeah.
She's covered in blood too, so you're like,
I don't know if the Shadowcat hurt her or the bandits. heard her, but
She's had a long night.
yeah.
A long couple nights.
It was so
She's
foolish of
alive.
him to
She
send
spoke
her
to
off.
us for a little bit.
Mariella, you come at this point. You've it sounds like, but you are here if you wish to be.
Well, it was foolish of me to send her off on her own. I'm sure she'll be fine with Thorsten. She's in far more capable hands than anything I could have done.
One of the guards asks you, Naimora. And he's just like, Kedron, Alan.
Oh,
Those are the name of the guards.
Oh,
You know,
The ones who went with
people
her?
that were with her, that were people.
Yeah.
we have the
Yeah.
sword
yeah. The
that
ones who went with
Chris
her?
said.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we? Yeah, do we have this? We have the sword. I
Yeah, the
think, but-
sword. Yeah.
Yeah. Just give it to the guy.
Yeah, and he just like goes, shit.
I'm sorry.
No.
Damn it. He's a good man. Like, damn it. Kedrick was 19. Like,
We can probably ride out a day or two and try and see where it was
mhm.
But if it
Sure.
wasn't the Shadowcat, then it was bandits, apparently.
Okay.
That poor
We'll
boy.
see. Like, yeah, so they
Oh, man.
goes back. You now know the names of
Yeah, put names
But,
that NPCs
This is why we
are
should
good.
ask for names.
We
Are
got because we
there-
gotta get attached beforehand. Yeah.
Yeah. Are there is there a custom in the Reach for familial reparations for sorry your child?
for someone who died in your server.
Yeah.
100.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially in
can
the
you give
Reach.
Can you give
Yeah.
me the spelling of those names? Because that's the first thing I'm going to send. over.
Sure, yeah. So
Mm.
Kedron and Alan, which is it's Alan.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah.
Alon.
Fantasy
Congratulations, we have
Yeah.
started the death tally for the House
God
of
damn it.
Weirlight.
Yeah, we gotta come
And it
down.
didn't start with
God.
Clarissa, thank fucking
It's-
God.
If
Oh,
we're lucky,
God.
we'll find them. If we're lucky, we'll find them in 2 weeks, and they'll be down to their drawers. No weapons, no horses. But
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Thorsten, I need you to make healing
Treat
and if you
injury?
have diagnosis.
Okay. No, I do not have diagnosis.
Okay, well
So
then this would
healing?
be just healing.
13.
13. Okay, so you kind of give her a once,
Mm-hmm.
get her clothes off and like inspect her body, and pretty normal. She is not there. Only she's in shock for sure,
Mhm.
and this is a prolonged state of shock, which is, you know, she has definitely not eaten in a day or two.
She's malnourished.
No, she's not quite malnourished. She just hasn't eaten in a day or two. She was
Okay.
quite all right before, so you think with just some food and water, she'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Her feet are bloody. You can immediately tell she's been walking on rock, probably. Her boots, when you took them off, the bottoms were basically not even.
Okay.
So that explains that. You're going to have to treat that. Yet they might fester because who knows what's been on that ground.
Mm-hmm.
But besides some, she's okay. None of this blood on her is hers.
That's good.
It's somebody else's.
That's even better. It still sucks that that happened, but that's better that someone else than her.
Exactly. So
you want to just do a treat injury?
treat injury roll now.
Oh,
Hello.
24.
Nice.
You make some milk. You know what she needs, Thorsten. It's the cure all. It's
Milk
what
of the
everybody
poppy.
wants.
Yeah.
Milk of the poppy.
Take some milk of the poppy. Yeah.
You got to take your milk of the poppy. You
Mm-hmm.
her go to sleep, and you're like, drink this, and eventually, Claryssa, you're just like, you have a few moments of clarity before you pass out, and you see, yeah. What's that?
I immediately reach for the letter. If I'm clear,
Yeah.
that's the first thing that I think about. I grab it.
Yeah, you grab the letter.
I
Right.
don't
You
do
have-
anything.
Yeah, and then you fall asleep.
Yeah.
I
Just
grab it as she falls asleep.
Say-
She's got a fucking grip on it. But you do manage to like wrest it out. It has a seal of House Tullison on it.
Okay, I immediately open the door, and I'm assuming Vivian's right there.
I'm still there.
Yeah.
I immediately hand it to you, and this was in her hand. I immediately shut the door, and I go back to.
Yeah. However, so Thorsten, I just want to say you do not.
Hold on, say that one you cut out.
You don't know who the letter's for because she was just holding.
Mhm.
Okay, well then I'll say that. I don't know who it's for, and I hand it to you, and I get back to doing my treating her.
I will not open it. I will
Okay.
just keep it on my person.
So you're like,
Make-
I have this.
Yeah.
Oh,
So according to Thorsten, she like before it and held it as if it was
Mhm.
important. So
Understood.
Vivian, you know that's probably important.
Yeah, but it's not addressed to anyone.
No, everyone, Thorsten basically eventually lets people know
Mhm.
her feet, like she needs bed rest.
Mhm.
Go flee.
Right.
Everyone can have some sleep.
I will, because she's in my room. I will sleep in my chair to keep an eye on her throughout the night.
Yep, classic. And as you take your spot, and Birch takes his spot.
Can I treat Birch to look at him as well?
Yeah, you can absolutely. I'll let that 24 for
Okay,
Birch.
cool.
He has some scrapes and bruises, and he's got some blood in his mouth.
I give him some love because I know that was
Yeah.
some
Yep,
something.
you have
he
a
did.
dog treat on you, and you're like, a dog treat.
A dog.
In your mini maester pockets.
Yeah, you give him some love and scritches.
Mhm.
Everything is nice and coat, and you kind of sit in your chair. You fallen asleep. How many
Mhm.
times?
Mm-hmm. I've
that
slept
be?
in a chair many a time.
Mm-hmm. And we fall to sleep, and that's where we'll end it.
Can I do one thing before we sleep and before we end?
What do you want to do?
Just to ask someone if there's someplace cold where I can keep this paw. So that it's not sitting on my nightstand all night.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's no problem. Yeah,
Anybody got a plastic baggie?
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got a freezer. Where can I
there
put
is
it?
An evidence locker
there is a
anywhere.
very cold. Yeah, there is a cold section in the deep cellars that you can.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Get that shelf space.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
going to
it's
get that
right next to our
amazing
tiger
gloves.
paw. Yes, bring that right there.
Yeah. I will think Nymora. You are walking down there, and you do pass a shield of Sir Duncan the Tall. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, okay. And you put the paw.
This is the weirdest root cellar I've ever been in.
Yeah, it's super weird. It's...
Maybe I should have come down here earlier. Oh well.
All right. You go back up, and we'll end it there. Thank you so much for coming to see us play. I know a lot of nothing and a lot of something definitely happened. More information is some sides are beginning to be told, and finally, in the hands of the house, that could stop a war. If only anyone conscious knew that.
Done.
Just finger guns and a wink.
All right. Well, let's hope Claryssa survives the night.
What? What?
That's not nice.
Along with Thorsten and Birch.
Oh shit!
You just
I don't
finished
need this
telling
right
us.
now.
You finished telling us that if there's anything
So
good against
we'll see you guys
assassins, it's a
the
dog.
next time. I hope you've been enjoying the game. All of you guys, your XP, I think some stuff in a moment. But good work, everyone, and see you next time.